In Call of Duty, you can customize weapons in many different ways, but for that you need attachments. And no matter if you just want to mod a weapon because it looks cool, or you want to unlock a certain skin, or you want to go into the DMZ with a thermal sniper, or create packages for Warzone, for everything you need weapon experience to unlock those attachments. And today we are going to take a look at how you can get them the easiest way. But first, a few basics that are incredibly important to know. After each round, you get experience credited to your account level and your weapon level. And these experience points are shared. That means that the total amount of experience collected throughout your game will be added throughout the multiplayer to your account level and weapon level at the same time. That means you don't have to eliminate targets with your weapon to level your weapon. Any AP from various sources during your round will also level your weapon directly. This is super important to know. And now we look at all the ways to gain experience points, compare them to each other so that you can find the best way that fits your playstyle, and with each mode we will show you the best way to maximize the amount of EP that you can gain. Now we start off with the multiplayer, and here the game is the decisive factor because no other mode is as good as kill confirmed. Why? Quite simply, each kill drops a dog tag. So in addition to the kill itself, you also get EP from picking up that dog tag. Teammates also drop some, meaning we can double the amount of EP we collect throughout the game. But you can improve that even further by taking a decoy grenade in your game. You can simply throw it into the direction where teammates are fighting, and every single time that an enemy is killed within a certain radius of your decoy, you get 15 experience points on top. I mean, yeah, it's chill, but you should still pay attention to your surroundings. And it doesn't get easier than that. You really just throw decoy grenades wherever people are fighting, where there is a high probability that people will die, and this will give you a lot of experience points. And certain maps have centers where people are just constantly fighting, and this is an ideal spot to throw a couple of decoys. Then in terms of grenades that you can equip, I simply recommend the drill charge. It's very easy to hurt or even kill somebody, and that again means more EP. But more important are the perks. Because what I would recommend here is extra tactical. It gives you 3 decoys instead of 2, and this means potentially a lot more experience points per life. I personally also bring bomb squad with me because just everybody is throwing around grenades, but that's up to you. Hardline is also very important because with kill streaks you can earn a lot more EP, and needing 1 kill less means it's way easier. And the last perk is up to you. I personally like to play Ghost. And now for the combination with the kill streaks. You want an UAV because if your UAV is up in the sky, for every kill you get 10 EP points as an assist. Same goes for the counter UAV, but it gets shot down so fast, it's not worth it in my opinion. Cluster mine can also give you a lot of kills or assists pretty quickly and in a passive way. Same goes for the mortar. Just put it somewhere where people usually are running around and you will get assists and kills for free. So if we have all of those things active, we can actually just sit down somewhere, watch a show and just passively gain experience. It's absolutely crazy and it doesn't get easier than that. Now on top of that you get extra points for certain events. You get 100 EP for a kill and then 10 per extra event. Kingslayer for example, Revenge, Headshot, and so on. But I would neglect that because trying to force a headshot in a heated situation can cost you your ass. Just risk that for 10 experience points? I don't know about that. The decoys will farm you more than enough, so don't worry about a couple of more EP. And then it's completely up to you how you want to play. Of course you can go in full throttle and really actively look for gunfights. Then just put some good music on, and what more could you want? But you can just as well stay in the back, just passively try to gain experience and avoid direct confrontation. I don't know, maybe watch Netflix or the latest YouTube video here on the channel. But no matter what you do, you'll gain a lot of experience points, and that's exactly what's cool about this mode. And if we compare that, we're doing about 6,000 experience points for your weapon in 7 minutes. That's 900 experience points per minute. That's extremely good. And then let's talk about Invasion. That's the mode that a lot of people are pushing on YouTube and TikTok as the best method, and let's look at it in theory first. The theory here is you go behind enemy lines and farm the minions that spawn there. And that's it. That's the theory. But as with many theories, there are a couple of problems. This does not work quite as well, because for that to work perfectly, both sides have to be somewhat equally strong, so that the fight line is in the middle. But if one side is stronger than the other, which is usually the case, then the fights take place near the spawn of either your team or their team, and then it's impossible to farm minions without running into players. And even if you have your piece, we do not believe how motivated certain players are to hunt down a lone wolf that just wants to gain some experience. So they will come looking for you. Then there are also a lot of sniper players that just sit in the spawn, so it's really never an easy farm in my experience.
You serious?
But if you really like Invasion and maybe it's the right choice for you, be sure to take a tactical entry and an ammo box with you. You will need that if you are behind enemy lines. From an experience standpoint, it's not particularly good either. And the multiplayer is quite good, but in 20 minutes we just get about the same experience that we get in kills confirmed in 7 minutes. So the next option is really super easy. It's to play co-op. Here, select a defensive mission, that's a horde mode basically, and skip all the cutscenes, watch the intro, and off you go. And on this, it's super simple. You just have to shoot down all the minions. That's it. At a certain point, it becomes more of a aim training than anything else. But again, it's perfect to listen to some music, watch an episode, a movie, or just something that you enjoy. Only exception, at the end, enemies become a lot stronger than minions, so maybe you want to pause the episode very briefly towards the end. You can, of course, also complete those missions with a friend. It makes it easier, yes, but you also have to share a lot of experience points, so yeah, there's that. And the account experience is relatively poor. The weapon XP, on the other hand, is quite okay. You get about half as much as you would in kills confirmed, so you make 2-3 gun levels in 18 minutes. Again, it's not great, but it's extremely relaxing. So, those were the methods for the multiplayer. Now we come to Call of Duty Warzone 2. And here we can get a lot of experience. But not as you might think. It's not about reaching a good position or win as many gunfights. Way more important are the missions. In Warzone 2 there are icons with missions all over the maps, the green ones, and they are fairly easy to do. You might want to stay away from hunt squad missions as they can turn badly pretty quickly. Go more for things like intel, safecracker and so on. Just missions that you can do on a sideline basically without getting too much PvP. And every time you complete such a mission, an impressive amount of experience points go towards your account and weapon level. Important here, you level the weapon that you have in your hand once you complete the contract, so be sure to have the right one equipped. And this can be pushed to a ridiculous level. 20,000 weapon EP without any boosters in up to 20 minutes. That tops it all. 20,000 weapon EP. That's 8-9 levels on your weapon. So in 2 rounds, you could theoretically max out your gun. Now, what's the best way to do that? When jumping out of your plane, apart from all the chat that usually goes on where people are super friendly, we directly mark places that have a lot of missions like intel search, safe cracking and so on, but are also far away and not anywhere near places that people are usually interested in. So think about how to get there. It's best to take a car, for example, on the road, and then just do one mission after another. Now just be careful when you drive around in a car or blow up safes. You make a lot of noise, and whenever you're unsure or entering a new area, I would recommend that you buy a UAV. You have more than enough money for that, and this way you don't get surprised. Now you can see if you need to pay a little more attention in a corner or if it's safe to just drive through it. And again, very important, it doesn't matter which weapon you have in your hand during the mission, but at the end you have to equip the one that you want to level. That means if you want to level a specific weapon, you would have to find it first and then hand in the mission. And oh well, that's what you do the whole round. If you die, you can try your luck in the gulag, and otherwise just your next game. As I said, in 20 minutes, 20,000 EP, that beats everything. I've also looked at whether the AFK method works in that mode, and the answer is no. So theoretically, you can land in a small house and go AFK, but the amount of experience points you get for it is almost none. I wouldn't recommend it. And then the last one is the DMZ, also an absolute burn in terms of weapon and account level. Here, a similar principle applies as before with the missions and kills themselves. In the DMZ, we have very many minions, means we can gather a lot of EP. Nevertheless, if you also do the missions on top, you will also get around 20,000 weapon EP per 20 minutes. That's brutal. So I compared the whole thing, you can go in and just shoot minions, of course. And you get a decent amount of EP here. 71 kills get you around 12,000 weapon EP. That's a lot. But if you do missions on top, you will get that on top of those 12,000. Plus, the missions spawn in a lot of minions. So you will get more of them as well. At a certain point, you learn how the AI behaves and, well, it makes it a lot easier. Let's put it that way. Now, very briefly, how do you want to tackle this in a DMZ? Because it's a new mode and somewhat unknown. Basically, you have a slot at the top called an insurance weapon. This is where you can take any weapon, any way you can mod that weapon how you want. But when you die, this slot has a cooldown, and then you have to find a weapon yourself or take one from your contraband stash. So it's very similar to Warzone, just that you can bring your own weapon every 2 hours. Well, not every 2 hours, just after you die, you have to wait for 2 hours. And then the difference to Warzone, everybody can survive. So you can do your missions, go hunt minions, PvP, whatever you want. In the end, you have to extract with a chopper. That's the difference there. Because the zone gets bigger and bigger and will ultimately kill everybody that's still on the map. So you have to extract on time. But with that, you can earn a lot of XP. So bottom line, account EP, I would say DMZ is unbeaten with 70,000-80,000 that you can make in 20 minutes. Otherwise, kill confirmed mode, Warzone with missions and DMZ with missions that are all incredibly strong and somewhat even in terms of weapon EP. So it's pretty much up to you what you want to play. Just with kill confirmed, make sure that you use decoys, kill streaks and so on. With Warzone and DMZ, make sure that you focus on missions. And the cool thing about missions that I didn't mention before, you can do them in a squad, so with your teammates. And everybody gets the same amount of EP, but you can do the missions way faster in a team. So you can maximize the amount of experience even further that way. Now with that, it shouldn't be a problem to unlock your favorite mods, that you can mod your weapon the way you want or unlock skins, whatever your goal is. You shouldn't have any problems with those methods. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, don't forget to thumbs up, as it really helps the channel. Subscribe for more. Und für alle Deutschen unter uns, das ist der englische Channel. Genau das gleiche gibt es auch auf Deutsch. Then, see you all in the next video. Have a good one.